Hello to my Gemini family. This is Barb at Mystic Door Tarot. This is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the week of November 15th through the 21st. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe and join me daily for my quick glance daily readings. Now, a huge reminder, Gemini, these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And for your reading this week, Gemini, I am using the Tarot of the Divine, which is inspired by folklores and fairy tales from all around the world, which I will include the information for each card in the reading. I'll put the information in the description box below, and you can look up the stories behind the cards that you received. So, Gemini, let's get into the reading. First card, the Knight of Wands. And I'm just going to bump this down a bit. There we go. Next, the Seven of Wands. And the Three of Wands. We'll get to your oracle cards in just a little bit, but Gemini, there is a phrase my guides are giving me, and that's the energy that's coming in for this week. Stop and smell the roses is the phrase that's coming through. An indication to be present, to be mindful for the here and now. Almost an indication to kind of slow down and enjoy and see exactly where you're at rather than pushing and pushing and pushing to go forward. So for this week, Gemini, trust in your intuition. What's your little inner guiding voice, your higher self? What's it telling you? Now, first thing to notice here, Gemini, is all three of your cards are wand energy. So this is very fiery energy. And actually, you have all three fire signs represented with the cards. The Knight of Wands is Sagittarius, the Seven of Wands is Leo, and the Three of Wands is Aries. So let's take a look at your first card here, the Knight of Wands. An indication that you're really jumping in this week. It's a very passionate energy. Some Geminis might be traveling, maybe going on a new adventure, or this can just be moving forward with something, taking a risk, experimenting. Now, the thing in regards to the Knight of Wands is this is an energy, or it could represent you having some of the traits or an individual, but it's kind of an energy of not staying in one place very long. So this could be like a burst of energy, maybe an idea that you're running with, and it's going to peter out, is what I'm picking up. It's Sagittarius's energy. It's very open-minded, very curious, enthusiastic, but it can quickly turn to being restless, unpredictable, and uncommitted. And this would be in regards to like what's in front of you. So it could be, what I'm picking up is maybe like you get an idea for something and you just run with this idea for the moment. But very quickly before you know it, the direction you were going in has almost ceased to exist. So it's an energy where you constantly need what I'm going to say is attention or reassurance, stimulation of some kind. It's about having that feeling when you get that idea, that excitement, and you value that feeling, that excitement over being like practical and using your common sense to move forward. So that's what the Knight of Wands energy can be bringing in, but it can be very unpredictable. And as fast as it comes in, that same energy can leave just as quickly. So Gemini, if this is in regards to relationships and romance, this could be possibly like somebody coming across a Sagittarius that kind of just sweeps you off your feet, but it's going to be short-lived. So let's pull a clarifying card for your Knight of Wands to see if we get any other information from Spirit on this energy. Okay. Major Arcana card, the World. Well, what I'm picking up from this clarifying card is something that you had such a passion for previously might now be like a done deal. The World card is an indication of something's closing up, ending, a phase, a cycle, and something new is starting to emerge. So it could be in regards to like an individual friendship, some kind of relationship where you might have become fast friends or lovers for that matter, and the steam has simply run out. And this can certainly be in regards to an idea or something that you were working on where you just had all this passion and creativity and inspiration, and then it just petered out, possibly going off in a new direction. So kind of an indication to step away from whatever this is referring to you, for you, Gemini. Just kind of step away from it and just kind of pay attention to what you're feeling, your current mindset, and where you're at in the current present time. Before then, you're going to like proceed forward. So let me just slip this underneath, and we're going to look at your next card, and that is the Seven of Wands. An indication that as much as you might think you're off track, Gemini, you're actually in a better place than you realize. The Seven of Wands here is a Leo's card in energy. It's ruled by Mars. So you've got Leo's confidence and energy and being dramatic and loyal and charismatic kind of energy combined with Mars, which is being assertive and taking action and seeing things through to the very end. Now, the Seven of Wands is an energy of being able to proceed and progress against all odds, standing up for what you believe in here, Gemini, and willing to fight to the bitter end. So it's certainly a card of endurance, perseverance, and kind of coming up with a strategy. Maybe a strategy for keeping things moving and going. This number 7 energy of this card represents forces that must be dealt with that are beyond your control, Gemini. Whereas some of these forces might stop others. But for you, Gemini, with like these existing cards that you have this week, you've got that endurance and that perseverance to keep going. And keep in mind, 7 is the number of the crown chakra. There's an indication here to make sure you're strengthening that connection with spirit, your higher self, for guidance and direction. So let's pull a clarifying card for the Seven of Wands. The Eight of Swords. Wow. So what you might be feeling here, Gemini, is kind of like almost hitting a brick wall. It very well could be that the Knight of Wands energy, where you get an idea or you're in a relationship and it just takes off and everything's going full force, moving so fast ahead, and then all the passion and excitement that goes with it. And then boom, all of a sudden, you meet up to the Seven of Wands energy. Primarily that number 7 energy. Things that you have to deal with that are beyond your control. So, like all these nails here in the front of this individual are the things that you have to deal with. It can be your family, your workplace. It could be coworkers. It could be your competition. If you're doing something in regards to a project or business, but it's all the things that you're up against. And this Eight of Swords is possibly where you might be doubting yourself, Gemini. And don't do that, because there is nothing restricting you or limiting you to be able to move forward. You have this number 8, abundance energy, but something might be making you feel like you can't move forward. So let me slip that underneath, and we're going to go on to your next card, the Three of Wands. This is Aries card in energy, so it's a very adventurous, creative, aggressive type of energy. But the thing with the Three of Wands, it's ruled by the sun, which is in regards to your identity, your personal drive, your character. So this is about your brand, Gemini, like your reputation. And with this number 3 energy, you're moving on and you're trying to deal with something that's new, just kind of getting going, just starting to emerge. Three of Wands here is setting things in motion, possibly making some long-term plans. This could be some kind of compromise or negotiations going on. Could be some traveling with the Three of Wands. But it's also an indication to stay motivated because your hard work and efforts will be rewarded. So with the Seven of Wands here, there's some doubt coming in because in the beginning, the Knight of Wands, everything was moving forward and full force and lots of energy and passion and excitement. And then boom, the Seven of Wands is kind of like hitting that brick wall. What you're up against here, all here. Competition, people around you, family, friends. But then the Three of Wands is seeing where this is going to go in the long run. So a lot of self-motivation coming through with the Three of Wands. So let's pull a clarifying card for the Three of Wands, see what else we can find out. Judgment. Well, first message coming off of this card is listening to your intuition, hearing the call, the wisdom from your inner guiding voice, that higher wisdom. So you actually have like 2 major arcana cards that are clarifying cards, an indication there's going to be changes. And this could be a transitional week for you, Gemini, where things aren't going to stay the same. Could be you have a brand new friendship or partnership or lover, and everything is truly exciting, passionate, a lot of fun. But then with this Seven of Wands, it's coming back down to reality, dealing with the day-to-day life, your family, your friends, your job. And all of a sudden, there are other things that are kind of interfering with that feeling that you were having here with the Knight of Wands. And now, with this Three of Wands, in order for this kind of energy to be sustained at some level, whether it be a relationship, an idea, a job, whatever it is, you really have to persevere here with the Three of Wands and make some plans for the future. So, your numerology here for your tarot cards is actually number 11, which is a master number. Very powerful master number. An indication to really tap into your higher wisdom, your higher self, and that's your connection with spirit. So quiet your mind, meditate, see what comes in, pointing you in the right direction. Now, let's take a look and see which crystal your angels and guides are suggesting for the week ahead. Of course they are Labradorite, which has everything to do with your psychic abilities, your third eye chakra, which is your perception, your intuition. And let me bring in Labradorite into the reading. Let's see if we can, there we go. There's that beautiful gold shimmer catching the light. So a really big indication, Gemini, to get more in touch with your intuition and your psychic ability. Everyone is born with their own unique psychic gifts, and if you don't use them, you lose them. If you don't tap into them, they fall to the wayside. So your angels are suggesting Labrador to help you kind of reawaken or fine-tune your gifts, your intuition. And your spirit guides are trying to get your attention. So be sure to notice any kind of signs or signals. It could be objects you're repeatedly seeing. It could be repetitive numbers. Your ears could be ringing. You could be drawn to metaphysical things, possibly wanting more information. You're drawn to like really enhancing your psychic skills. There could be something new out there, Gemini, that you need to know about is what I'm picking up. Now let's take a look at your oracle card message for the week ahead. And you received Stuck in the Mud. Primarily, this is a message of slowing down and looking around you this week. The message with this card, Gemini, is that you possibly need to shift your focus kind of away from like what's right in front of you and to place your attention elsewhere. This is the time to observe what's going on around you, and the clarity of what's happening this week will come in a tad bit later. So pretty much like enjoy the here and now. Enjoy the energy of the Knight of Wands as it's going to be fleeting. But don't second guess yourself with the Seven of Wands. You're in a better position for personal growth than you think you are, Gemini. And the Three of Wands is the energy that's telling you hang in there, persist, go the distance, plan for the far off future. But as for the moment, Spirit's indicating, stop what you're doing, take a look around, as there is something that's kind of being put into the works this week that's going to be a huge part of your future, Gemini. You don't have to do it all in one day. And really listen to that inner guiding voice as it's going to give you that same message to stop and smell the roses once in a while. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to subscribe and help support my channel. And for a private tarot card reading, my website link is listed below. Love and abundance to my Gemini family.